Hey everybody, I am doing some meal prepping right now, and I went and dropped my daughter off at school today, and I'm a busy mom, so I'm one of those that isn't consistent with making her lunch and making her breakfast. So I rely a little bit on the school district to feed her, and I know that's not the best thing in the world because it's not the food I would probably feed her. I try to feed her, whole foods that are healthy and clean. And can you hear the thunder out there? It's crazy in Arizona. I love it. So I was there, and they had a little breakfast sandwich that I thought I could repeat and or duplicate and make from home instead of having her go to school and make this. And it's going to be something that she can quickly grab from the freezer. We can warm it up, and she can eat it in the car, and we'll call it done for breakfast, and she'll be full and not have to eat at school for breakfast. So what I did is I took about 5 eggs and I scrambled them up, and I fried up some peppers and onions, the sweet peppers. I put the peppers into in a fry pan, and I did that on the stove. My eggs, I did something that was a little bit different. Instead of scrambling them up, I took a cookie sheet. Let me show you. Took a cookie sheet, sprayed it with Pam, and I put the eggs in there after I scrambled them up. Didn't cook them, just poured them in here, and then I sprinkled the peppers and onions over the top, and I put it in the oven at 350 for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it cooked. And it cooked perfectly into a lovely little flat egg thing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these up, and I bought these little sandwich thins that you can get. I think they're Oro wheat or something, and I'm going to make the little sandwiches out of that. So I'm slicing them up into pieces like that. I'm going to put it on the little sandwich. I'm probably going to add a little bit more so it's not totally empty in some areas. It fell apart a little bit when I took it out of the pan, which is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that way you can piece it together for the empty parts on the rounds. My daughter's school had it on little halves of pita bread, so I was going to go get those, but I had the others in the freezer. So I thought I would just use up what I have, because I hate to waste any food, and I'm the queen of going out and buying everything new and not using what's up in the, what's in the house. My husband loves me for that. And I think I'm gonna put a half a slice of cheese on each of these. And use my little baggies. And done. So I'm making, I don't know, as many as I can with these eggs. I share custody with my ex-husband, so I have my daughter 50% of the time. So, at least 3 to 4 days a week, I can have control over what I'm putting in her body. And, doing good food like this is something that's important to me. I've been a working mom. I'm a nurse, and I've been a nurse manager for the last 5 years in an ICU. And when I started that job, I was more interested in my career, and then as my life has changed, I have a new focus on being home more. So next week, I start my new job, and I'll be working now 4 days a week, 4 8-hour days, instead of the 5 days a week, 8-hour days, and it was usually about 50 hours a week that I was working away from the house. So to be able to take this time and start focusing more on my family put things in perspective and make sure that I am providing the best thing for my daughter is something that's so important to me. And not that it wasn't important to me before, but I was a workaholic. I think I was focused on, bringing home money and didn't want to work paycheck to paycheck. And after my life changed, and if you've been following me, you know that I lost my second daughter after she was born this year. And that put things in perspective to me. And I found Beachbody about 3 months after that. And that's when I decided I don't want to be tied to a corporate job. I don't want to be tied to somebody else's success and building a business for somebody else. That I was going to do this for me. And I was going to make a change and work on my own terms. And so that's what I'm doing. So I have all these little sandwiches now. And I'm going to put them in the freezer. My daughter will be able to just warm them up and be able to eat them on the way into school and have something that's homemade instead of eating what the school district provides. So hope you enjoyed that. I'll talk to you guys later.